Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Fantasy Girl here, about to continue on with my walkthrough, my veteran player, relive reactions to playing out the whole scene of Final Fantasy XIV, just something to do until ENDWALKER comes out, I suppose. And this video was supposed to be up a while ago. It was supposed to be up like almost 2 weeks ago, but I had to take a break from it because I had a lot of technical issues going on with my laptop in order to get everything rolling. And it's just been a nightmare just trying to get it fixed because I took it to the repair shop. They said it was a battery problem, so I had to get a brand new battery. I take it home a few days later, and yeah, I'm still having the same problems with it. What would happen is that it works fine just for 5 minutes, and then it automatically freezes up, and then it just goes back to the logout screen, which was so frustrating because literally every 5 minutes it would do that. And I tried everything I could think of. I took it to the repair shop because there's really nothing anyone else could do. Like with Apple Care, they couldn't figure out what was going on. So yeah, I had to get the whole battery replaced, and then they found out it was a hardware problem. So I had to wait for them to special order the specific piece that I need, which took about a week for it to arrive. And then by the time that they got it, all my saved information was supposed to be automatically just transferred to that, which it wasn't, because they needed something called Time Machine to do it, and they couldn't get Time Machine working, so they had to save everything like on a special file and then just sort of upload it back into the computer. They just basically wiped the whole thing clean, and I had to download like everything all over again, and it just spent like the last 2 days just trying to get everything back up and running. Yeah, so, and I was able to put out a couple videos since then, just because I had those pretty much already taken care of. So they were ready to go, I just didn't have time to be able to upload them. So I was able to upload a couple things. So hopefully everything now is fixed. Everything seems to be fixed. I'm glad that that's taken care of, because that was just a whole problem, just kind of having to deal with that. But okay, so I want to thank you all for listening to that. So hopefully we'll be able to pick up where we left off. So if you remember, I did my live reaction for the 2.2, so we are now about to enter through the Maelstrom. So, yeah, this is where we're going to be fighting off with Leviathan. This is where we're going to be meeting the Domans, and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff's going to be happening here. And we actually get cutscenes here with, like, voiceover. Like, that's something I noticed, like, we didn't have any of that for 2.1. We just sort of, it just went through the whole thing kind of silently. But we got some cutscenes here. This is just going to be me playing through the main scenario, and I'm thinking maybe 2-3 videos before we're done with 2.2. We're going to be moving on to 2.3, which is going to be Defenders of Eorzea, and that should be, hopefully by this week, we will be up to finishing up at least up to 5.3. So yeah, this is going to be my live reaction, playing through the, replaying through it, the first part of 2.1. So here we are. So we have Claire, and she's looking as cute as always. I think she's adorable. That's just me. Biased opinion, I know. But yeah, let's continue on. We're back in the Rising Stones and about to accept the whole thing from Minfilia. And I wonder what this door is going to be used for. Like, Final Fantasy logic, that's probably going to be using that door for another reason. Anyway, so the quest is called Still Waters. Minfilia has a new assignment for you. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amiga & Sons Mineral Concern. Oh yeah, like you're so busy. Imagine us, lady. We have a busy schedule. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as surgical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Why not just say that their forms were wrong? Sufficient qualities of crystal and only crystals were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods had been mere momentary value. If there is even a possibility that the theft acts out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Of course this is going to be our job. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Here we go. I mean, you already discharged Thancred and Y'shtola. Is that not enough for you? No, you have to send us out. On one hand, it makes sense because, you know, we are the ones who go out and kill primals and everything, but I don't know. It just feels so disrespectful at this point. Oh well, let's just head back to Horizon. Of course it's Horizon, by the way. Like, you think that we were done with our trips to Horizon and then heading out to Vesper Bay. No, that's not it at all. No, we're back here. Okay, here we are. Oh, I have some quests here I need to take care of. That's okay, I got pugilists who can take care of that later on. Y'shtola, here we go. Ah, Claire, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. In other words, they're not dumb, sadly. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating what he had related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. So, here we go again. Oh, hello there. Claire, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quality of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavy-laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Alagun Sunway. The cart bolted off towards eastern THANALAN where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves such as those proven cunning. Yet the UL'DAH do have a foothold in eastern THANALAN. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our UL'DAH friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. Show off. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quality of summness. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. Figures they'd be upset about drugs. We should reassess our options as well. Come with me, Claire. Okay, where did they go? There they are. Oh, let's see what you say. And so we find ourselves back where we began. Oh, what have I overlooked? Against all expectations, it would seem that the UL'DAH are innocent in all this particular state of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we're missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. Oh, here we go! Yay! This is it!
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear them squeaking around up there.
Indeed,
so we're back here.
I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to...
I wanted to talk about Moonbrita.
Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil,
He's gonna
I shall
regret
direct
that.
her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
I have such a hard time understanding him half the time. I don't know why they give him this them talk Shakespeare like this. There they are! Oh, I can't believe they're here!
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands.
Oh, that's right. That's what her voice used to sound like. Oh, I'm so sad now. Yeah, Yugiri's voice actor was truly spectacular, and it was so sad when I heard what happened. Oh boy. So that's still Water's taken care of. So next one is a final temptation. Tancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. Any bright ideas? Solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufu-Lupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, I miss you, Tancred. You're so much more cheerful now than... like, I'll talk more about that in a moment, but... Oh, but it's good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? He's so cute. He really is. Calm yourself, Fufu-Lupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufu-Lupa. Indeed, if for any reason of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Makote miner traveling without escort as to not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed. And this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge of Hammerley? A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Claire? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ahem, forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Oh. Again, noisy neighbors, what can you do? Okay, so in case you missed out on most of that, basically they're going to be playing like a set of bait with Y'L'DAH. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves laid down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. That's great. So basically, Y'L'DAH is going to be the one acting as bait. She's going to be heading out, stopping at near the bridge after UL'DAH kind of lets all the brass blades know their plan has changed and that they're moving everyone out and just having just one Makote miner just transport what's left there. So yeah, and we're just here to kind of put a stop to it. Okay, unknown ravagers. Here we go. Yeah. And that's another thing with Thancred that I noticed. Like, throughout most of... I mean, we don't really see him through most of Heavensward, and we've only seen him in parts of Stormblood, and... well, he definitely made appearance in Shadowbringers, but the few times that we do see him, like in these next two expansions, it's so small. He's just so angry. Like, he used to be like this kind of suave little rogue, like, gentleman, as he so lovingly refers to himself. And yeah, ever since after the events of Around Reborn, like, he just gets so angry and just kind of a pain to be around. I'm sorry, but that's the case. But I do love it when he does cheer up. I do love it. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You aren't harmed? She looks good like that, I'm not gonna lie. Gang of sea wolf thieves, and a THANALAN no less. I suppose that's the first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and with all the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Oh, Claire, you're still so innocent. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. UL'DAH will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. I think Y'L'DAH should dress like that more often. I don't know, she just looks so cute like that. I'm not gonna lie, she looked good. Not to say I don't love her current dress now, but I mean, come on, I love that top. It looks good on everyone. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with that fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and make good on his escape. Oh, really? Oh, for the love of... How did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that Somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Lomenson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. Oh, there we go. That explains it. I see. Keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? She's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services were required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Oh, come on, Thancred. Don't be like that. But yeah, I do like that. they make fun of the Warrior of Light because of that. Because of their stoic personality. The Mother of Exiles. Thancred has information on your next assignment, and we get dies to choose from. Okay. The antecedent bid me tell you to make way for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Of course, some commotion or incidents. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brass Blade, and when I do, you may rest assured that he will have our answers. Oh boy. Things are uncomfortable sometimes. Alright, let's head back. And again, we're going back to Vesper Bay after we leave it! Hey, come on, look at this! It's gorgeous! I love those night skies. I find it strange that... Where was it? Hold on. Yeah, I had to get rid of the effect real quick. There we go. That's the sky. Oh, it's so pretty. And I love that full moon. Hint, hint to Endwalker. And there's like the Milky Way. Oh, I wish that we could see stars that clearly here, like in real life. I can't. I live near a big city, so it's nothing but smog. Okay. Here he is. Hello, Alphino. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are heading. From what I have been able to gather, the vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, I am. Well, like the rest of the nations of the southeastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you think? Come with me to UL'DAH, Claire. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we'll find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn on the royal prominence. Oh, God, he was such a little prick. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand if the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident. Really? Just really? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repertoire. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you back in UL'DAH. Oh, jeez. He used to annoy me so much when I was playing through A Realm Reborn. He was such a pain. He was like one of those spoiled, rotten, entitled little kids that everyone seems to know somehow, who thinks that they know everything because, you know, they studied at the best school in the world, they got like the best educations, they got the best of everything, they were basically born with a silver spoon in their mouths. Oh, and he was just so annoying. Oh man, I know this is terrible to say, but spoiler alerts and everything, but I think he kind of got what he deserved at the end of A Realm Reborn. I don't want to say too much here, but he definitely got what was coming to him. Oh boy, but hey, it made him a better character. I love the character development that they put him through. And right now, like in the game, like up to everything now, he is just like the sweetest, kindest character who you can imagine. Oh, but bravo, Square Enix. I just love the character development you put him through. I mean, it was harsh, yeah, no doubt about it, but it was necessary, so I thank you for that. Okay, here we are. So we're back in the Provenance and Promenade. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's go up here. And we get to see Lady Ugiri. I'm so happy about that. And there's the Domans, yes, as well. Yeah, she had two, like, advisors or something. I don't know what the word is. She had two people there with her. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. Oh, you can't blame him. He's just doing his job. You know not what you do. I gather your plea fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope you will find me more to your liking. Alphen Olivier at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in UL'DAH. Yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associates at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we will see if there is aught we can do to help. Okay. I remember all of this. Oh, it's such a blast from the past. This was before the Al-Ra were introduced into the game, if you can believe that. And I wondered, like, when I first saw Lady Yugiri, it was like, why is her face covered? I wonder what she looks like. And the first time I saw her face, it was like, oh my god, I can't believe that's what she really looks like. Like, even in the trailer, I vaguely, very vaguely recall, like, they even showed part of it, like, they were leading up to the reveal. Like, you could tell, like, the mask was removed, but you couldn't see her face yet, so... Oh, man. That's just complete trolling. Oh, but I love Yugiri. I really do. And I was so disappointed we didn't see more of her in Stormblood. I mean, I'm glad we got to see her in Stormblood, but it was not enough. I think we had too much Lise, not enough Yugiri. That's what I think. Spoilers, once again. Okay. And, ooh, let's see what they have to say. We'd be most grateful for any assistance you and Master Alphino can offer. It's been ever so long since we last set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks the end of our journey. Master Alphino's associate, yes? We've been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin? Alright. Let's see.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of UL'DAH, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, UL'DAH was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure.
No, we weren't aware.
When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few domins escaped the reckoning.
I know I shouldn't smile, but I'm happy.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that UL'DAH was under imperial rule, did you not?
UL'DAH is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Well, maybe that's not completely true. UL'DAH survived, I guess.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of UL'DAH are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, UL'DAH is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are
he does have some uses back in these days.
This is within your power?
Don't inflate his ego, Yugiri.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
I know. She's so pretty. You shouldn't have to hide your face.
The unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of UL'DAH unnecessary disquiet.
I don't know. I mean, I think that outfit would kind of draw more attention.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
Ugh.
I thank you for your understanding.
Dogs are barking outside. I don't know if you can hear that.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Yep, and his ego is bound to increase now. Kagasagi? We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness. Kikyo. Lady Yugiri labors day and night for the good of our people. She's an inspiration to us all, yet I worry for her health. If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tale of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. I'm terrified to know what she means by that. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Yeah, so we go to Momodi for the answer. Hell, why didn't you say so sooner, Claire? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. Wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just send word they can't come. I mean, I got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed it to. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Federal and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little princess order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, to show them those letters. That should set them straight. Oh, good old Momodi. She's something else. Yeah, because I think going up and giving all that food to maybe people who need it more is probably more important than a little banquets with a merchant prince, especially since they're not even bothering to show up, so it's just gonna be a waste of food anyway. Okay, so let's see here where we are going. I vaguely remember this too. I need to stop with the spoilers. I know I should stop, but I can't help it. Why, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? No. I don't think I did. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Aren't you a rude thing? She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Oh, come on. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. The circumstances are different here, buddy. But on the same page, like, yeah, I mean, we don't want to just give them everything and just not expect something in return. I mean, in the beginning, definitely help them out. But once they've been here for a while, they need to start earning their keep, maybe. I guess that's their kind of logic for thinking. And I guess I kind of see both sides to this. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole thing. But the important thing is that we got it for Momodi. Yeah. She's great, Momodi. I love her. Out of, like, the three, she's probably my favorite, like, of the starting friends, I guess. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri that it's all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you'll be pleased with his reply. We've been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. Royal Promenade, sorry. You've done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. The small favor you fairly won with your words. It is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You'll be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalateable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. I hope there's a way that we can actually get Yugiri's outfit sometime. I love her outfit. Maybe not so much as the hood, but the rest of it I do really like. Okay, so let's just take the Aetheryte Shard. That'll take us directly there. And it feels like this video might be getting a little bit long, so I think we will continue to hear the Domans plea, like their words before the Syndicate, and I think maybe we'll call it a day there. Alright, let's see. Which way do we go? Let's go this way for once. Yeah, out of the three, like, I think UL'DAH is just the most complicated trying to get around anywhere. Oh, we got so many people. Oh no, it's him. We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit UL'DAH. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. If we are all enemies of Garlemald, is it not fitting that we should join forces? Not necessarily, bud. I have heard that the Sultana is a kind and generous ruler. Of the Syndicate, I have heard less flattering things. Bards sing of wars which decide the fates of nations, but a single word spoken with a council chamber is more like to decide that of mine own. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, UL'DAH, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not eloquent to birthright in my eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage, in particular, serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. I so wanted to like this guy. A pleasure, Corporate Faye. The others are waiting inside. Let's not keep them waiting. I'm always happy to see Reborn anyway. He's a great character. Okay, here we go.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see
He seemed
no
like such a
reason not
nice guy in the beginning.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Oh boy, here he is.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of UL'DAH is not without limits, my friend.
Then just sell off parts of the palace. That's what I would do.
And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Hate when they make sense.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in UL'DAH. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Of course, he's a Lalafell.
Surely the Sultan.
No offense to Lalafels, but generally speaking, they're not really the nicest type.
I do not deny, but we are hardly in danger of financial collapse.
Yeah, she's one of the few exceptions to that.
I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. UL'DAH's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril.
Yeah. This is hard to hear.
Only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
Yeah, something tells me that's not it.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Oh. Yeah, if they had just one more person stay, it would have been a tie or something like that. Oh.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace.
You're the Sultana, though! What's the point of ruling UL'DAH if you don't get to do what you want?
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
There's so many things I wanted to say here. I don't know what to say. To actually say
now
first.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Oh boy, yeah. Before I say any more spoilers, I think I'm gonna call it there for right now. Let's just see what everyone has to say real quick. So that's the Mother of Exiles, and yeah, we'll take Lilac. Right, so what do you all have to say, first of all? Let's start with you. Or not. As Lord Lolorito goes, so goes the Syndicate. Prone to violence and criminal activity? Who is he to speak of us thus? Are we to be punished for sins that we may never commit? That's just life, buddy. My people could not endure another long sea voyage, but if UL'DAH will not accept us, what choice have we? Well, where would you go, though? Did they not hear Lady Yugiri's pleas? How can they turn us away, knowing what we have endured? Easy, they have no souls. Alright, so the next quest is called Promises to Keep, but I think that's a good place to end for right now. Alright, well everyone, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this little adventure. I'm so sorry again for taking so long to update the next part of my walkthrough. Or, I'm just glad that everything here seems to be working properly again. I'm going to be getting this one up as soon as possible. But yeah, until next time everyone, thank you again so much for watching, and I think hopefully next time we should be able to dive straight into dealing with Leviathan. I think there's going to be at least another, I'd say 2 at most for 2.2, and then we'll move straight on to 2.3. So yeah, until next time everyone, thanks again for watching, and once again this is Fantasy Girl signing out. Bye!